How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, miss.
Awesome. So I understand you were referred here by a social worker at your rehab facility. Could you just describe to me a little bit more about your injuries?
Yes, I guess I can. I was in an auto accident.
Okay.
Now I am permanently disabled. I fractured my hip and my leg. Now I have to walk with this limp for the rest of my goddamn life.
Okay. How are you feeling about that? How do you feel you're adjusting?
I'm very angry about it. I can't work. My wife has to work. I never wanted her to work. I never wanted her to take care of me.
I understand. That sounds very, very hard, Hector.
I'm adjusting quite well, though, I think.
Okay. Have you been doing anything to cope, or any strategies for that?
Right now, I've taken up drinking a few times a week, maybe more than a few. That's my coping strategy. That's all I need right now.
So before you came in to speak with me, you filled out just some paperwork for me. Is it okay if we go over that? Over the assessment?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
That's what we're here for, isn't it?
Well, we're here for you, Hector. All right. So the first question: how often do you have a drink containing alcohol? You answered 4 or more times a week. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes. So it's not every day. It can be every day. But those are the only times I drink. In no particular order.
Okay. So just maybe 4 or more days out of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many drinks containing alcohol do you have in a typical day when you're drinking? You answered 7 to 9. Is that pretty consistent? What do you usually drink? What is that? What does that look like for you?
Well, it's honestly not that many. But I will just have a few beers and a couple of mixed cocktail drinks. Something strong to make me feel more relaxed.
Okay. Understand. How often do you have 6 or more drinks on one occasion? You said daily or almost daily. So, could you explain that to me a little bit more? Maybe the pacing, the experience of that.
I'll have my first drink and I will wolf that one down and I'll start on my second one. Usually by like the 5th one, I start to feel a little less pain in my hip. I like to drown out the noise of my missus back at home and my children running around.
So it helps physically as well as mentally.
Yes.
How often during the last year have you found that you're not able to stop drinking once you started? You said daily or almost daily. So when you can't stop, what does that feel like for you?
I feel like I need to just keep drinking until I can't drink anymore. Takes away all my pain, takes away the thought of my dad and my mom possibly thinking I'm lazy, thinking they raise a son that can't provide for their family.
Let's see. You mentioned your mom and dad. Do you feel pressure from them? Maybe cultural pressure, or what is that like in your family? What are your experiences with that?
I'm a man. My dad raised me to be a man. It's embarrassing for me for him to know that he had raised someone like this as a failure. My dad did not come here just for me to sit on my ass all day. I grew up would wake up at the crack of dawn to help him out in the fields. Excuse me. It just really, really hurts me. And I'm terribly afraid that my dad is being hurt right now. He's a hardworking man too himself. And I just want to be like him.
That must be very hard to deal with, and I can imagine it's putting a strain on your relationship. If you don't mind me asking, where are your parents from, Hector?
We're from Mexico City.
Beautiful, beautiful city. I understand, maybe there's some cultural influence and some added pressure that is, piling on to maybe some of the guilt you're feeling about your family, and I'm very sorry about that.
Are you sorry?
I am, Hector. I am here for you, and I don't want you to feel any distress. Do you have any thoughts about that?
I'm not feeling in distress. I have a perfectly good working coping mechanism. And I think maybe sure I might have a problem, just a little bit. But I don't need to be here.
Okay, we can come back to that. All right. How often during the last year have you failed to do what was normally expected of you because of drinking? You answered daily or almost daily.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
What my family expects me to do is wake up and go to work and bring home the money.
Okay.
Provide food on the table, and I can't do that. I have failed at doing that. That is what expected of me, and that's something I can't do anymore.
So these expectations are weighing on you.
A little heavy.
Heavy. Sounds very hard.
It's very hard. What do you know about hard? You just sit here and tell me what to do? People like me who are suffering.
I am not here to tell you what to do, Hector. I'm here to be an advocate for you and for us to work together to identify what some goals may be in your life. And it's completely based on you and your values and what you want your life to look like. And that could be anything. That could really, really be anything. If you want to, you have some small things, big things, anything that you're feeling in your life that I can help you with, that is.
The only goal I want right now is provide money for my family. Can you help me with that right now?
I think I can help you get to a place where you can feel, maybe back to a place where you can have a strategy to do that. We can start there.
Strategy. Will it make you feel like a man again?
As that being something important to you, what helps you feel like a man? What does that mean to you?
Providing a roof over my family's head.
Okay.
Not having my woman work for anything. Always providing for my children. I provide the money to bring in the food for the table. Now what am I? I'm not good for anything anymore. Absolutely nothing. I'm pathetic. I'm disgusting. I can't contribute to society.
I'm hearing your pain, Hector. I want to let you know that I really understand, and I'm hearing that there is a change that you would like to make in your life. And you mentioned your family and your wife and your parents. And I think maybe there are some changes that you see that you could make to improve these relationships. What do you think about that?
Do I need to improve anything?
You tell me. You tell me.
I think maybe if I improve my quality of life, of being able to work and provide, then maybe the rest will fall in line.
Okay. Let's continue with this. How often during the last year have you been able to remember what happened the night before because of the drinking? You said weekly. So what does that usually look like for you?
Not being able to remember makes me feel good inside. Makes me forget that I have to walk with this cane possibly for the rest of my life. Makes me forget that I feel like a child, like my wife has to take care of me. Makes me feel like I'm nothing. So not being able to remember just helps me just forget all of that.
So let's say it's one of those mornings. Take me to your thought process. How are you feeling when you wake up and you don't remember?
Most of the time I don't even think about it. I just fall asleep wherever I am. It's a miracle I haven't died yet. But I just wake up, don't even try to remember the night before. And I go to the kitchen and I start my day with another drink. And that's how I like it.
Have you or someone else been injured because of your drinking? And you answer yes. What does that mean to you?
I do feel guilty for that, for injuring my family. It may not be physically, but I know mentally they're injured every single day that they see me just killing myself. And it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel terrible.
Has a relative, friend, doctor, or other healthcare worker been concerned about your drinking or suggested you cut down? You said yes. Who suggested that to you, Hector?
My wife has, of course, and those no good, dirty social workers from that rehab facility and the doctors. You know, in that rehab, it got so bad because of my drinking, I stopped showing up.
Mhm.
Because of my drinking, I guess it got really bad a few times and I just wasn't able to perform. You see, even then I can't perform to get better. I go to rehab and I can't get better.
So when you hear these things from people around you that maybe you have a problem with alcohol, what do you feel?
Anger. They ask me if I have a problem as if I'm a junkie.
Mhm.
I don't have a problem. I think I may overuse my alcohol a little bit, but a problem? No. I can control my alcohol usage. I'm a man. I know when to stop sometimes. I just get a little out of control and it gets out of hand, that's all.
So right now, Hector, I see you in the contemplation stage. Maybe you're weighing the benefits and costs of possibly making some changes in your life. It is very hard. It is very hard, especially after the accident you suffered. But when you speak to me so strongly, and so I can see you care about your family so much. Do you feel your drinking has hurt those relationships in any way?
Of course I care about my family. They mean everything to me. I do know that I may have hurt them with my drinking and currently still, and I would like to move forward with fixing things up so that way they're more comfortable and I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want them to watch me slowly kill myself. This is not what I want for my kids.
I see. So I see that you love your family. You would like to get back to the place that you once were before your accident, in terms of your relationship with your family and kids, your parents, your wife. How do you feel about maybe taking some steps to do that? Maybe making some small goals around how we can work on that a little bit.
I guess that would be all right. But what would these steps and goals consist of? I don't want to do anything too hard. I want to make sure that I'm capable of doing it.
Got it. Well, that's going to completely depend on your life and your relationship with your friends and family. So maybe what is something, you mentioned your kids, what is something that you used to do with your kids that you maybe haven't really been able to do because of your drinking?
Take them out to the park.
Okay.
They really love that, but because of my drinking, I can't. It's gotten so bad. Even when I'm there, I'm just drinking in the park, and it just gets out of hand. I can't even walk back.
I see. So that could be a good first goal. Maybe taking your kids to the park this weekend and committing to that.
But what if my kids hate me? What if it's too late?
I don't know your family, Hector, but with how passionate you seem to be about them, I'm sure that they just want to see you get better. And I think that seeing the effort from you to take them to the park would show them that you are trying, and it will help them see that you care about them as much as, you're telling me, and that they know you do, but it does help to see effort. So, I'm hearing that you want to, be on better terms with your wife, with your children, get back to work. Getting back to work seems like your main goal. So we can take the steps to get there.
But how long could that take? I don't have years. My wife will leave me.
We can work on that together. So my first step in meeting you today, I see passion in you to make some changes in your life. And I would like to get on a page of some things that we can explore in our further sessions, so I can help you as quickly as I possibly can. So what are some things that you think that we can discuss together and work on in these sessions to get to your goals quickly?
Maybe drinking more moderately.
Okay.
And eventually not drink at all. Start rebuilding a relationship with my children and my kids.
Okay.
I would also like to work on this thought I have of just having to always impress my dad. And why I feel like it's so important for me to be a man all the time.
I hear you, Hector. And these are some great things you're telling me and some great goals, and we absolutely can work on them together in these sessions. How do you feel about, taking those steps with me?
I think we can give it a try.
It was really nice to meet you today, Hector. We can go ahead and be scheduled for our next session, but I think today we had a good starting point.
I appreciate your patience, Karen.
All right, I'll see you next week, Captain.
Okay.